Say that again.
Okay. The two ways to go over something are to either do a show call or to do a teacher think aloud. Okay? What would be the benefit of doing a show call?
I think just like having a kid try to explain it themselves and like having the other kids connect to what they already did.
So wait, let me clarify. With the show call, I probably wouldn't have the kid come up. What I would probably do, I would just take their work and I would just put it under the doc cam.
I think it's a nice access point for a lot of kids because they can see like something they did that the other child did.
It's likely like that work is in their zone of proximal development because
Yeah.
it was done by a kid,
Yeah.
right? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, I think you're right. What's another reason that we might do a show call? Or what's the other benefit of a show call?
I have another question. Is the work completely correct?
It depends. It doesn't have to be.
Right. Because I think if it's not, then it can be a turning point to be like, well, what could they do to fix this and get the right answer?
And specifically, that turning point is, I'm putting the work on you.
Right.
It's a Dr. E, basically.
Yeah, it's like a Dr. E,
It
right.
might be right, and it might not be right, but we're evaluating someone else's work, and we're explaining the math.
Right. So the level of, like, on is it Bloom's taxonomy? The level of Bloom's taxonomy is super high, right? Because I'm really engaging in some critical thinking there, right? And I shouldn't even say I'm not engaging in the critical thinking. The kids are the ones doing the thinking, right? So there can be a really huge benefit to doing a show call, right? Because you're putting thinking on the kids and they're not having that really passive, like, let me just watch the teacher and I could decide to care or I could decide not to care. Because you're gonna put that work under there and then you're gonna do a turn and talk. Why are you gonna do a turn and talk?
So
We
that
would
they
talk
can
about
practice
this.
and explain.
And in particular, so everyone is doing it. Because I could have the practice explaining by just asking a question and calling on someone, but then it would just be the one kid, and I really want everyone, right? So I actually think this one, part A, would be a great show call. Because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a kid's really nice, organized work, somebody who found the area for every single shape and wrote it down. I'm gonna put that under the doc cam. And I'm gonna ask the kids to tell each other what they see and what the student did, right? And why that was so important. So I can really shout out. The reason I'm doing that is because it's not actually the content that they don't understand, that the rectangle should be 12, right? It's more a matter of organization and thoroughness that is gonna be the difference between them getting this right and wrong, right? The kids who just tried to use their like eyes to pick it out are gonna miss it. The kids who tried to be thorough, right? So this is literally all it's gonna look like, right? Like I'm gonna put it up. I'll be like, hopefully the kids' work looks like this.
Oh, was that James?
I guess so.
Oh, yeah. James, yeah, there you go.
Guys, everybody turn to number 7. We're gonna go over number 7. It says, use the rectangles below to answer the following questions. Each square of the grid is 1 square unit. Which 2 rectangles each have an area of 12 square units? And I'd like show the problem, right? Then I'd be like, this is Joe's work. Take a minute to look at Joe's work and think about, what did Joe do to solve this problem? What was so important about Joe's work to find the 2 rectangles with the area of 12 square units? Go ahead and tell your partner, what was really, really, really important? What do you see in Joe's work? They turn and talk, right? Come back, someone tell me what you saw. By the way, what are kids gonna say?
You found the area of each one.
I think they're gonna say that
Maybe.
they just multiply.
I think they're gonna say they multiplied. I say, yeah, area is multiplying length times width. multiply the ones that he thought were the answers, right? He multiplied every single one. That's really helpful, right? Because now, when I ask myself which 2 rectangles have an area, it's really easy for me to pick out the answers. Take a look at your scratch paper right now. Raise your hand if on your scratch paper you have the area for A. 2 times 3 equals 6. Raise your hand if you have the area for B. Raise your hand if you have the area for C. Okay, so what I'm seeing is some of us tried to jump to the answers. We didn't all try to find the area of every single piece. We really want to be thorough. How many people, raise your hand, are going to make sure we find the area of every single one next time? Right, okay. Go ahead right now. I'm going to put the problem back up on the board. I want you to fix your scratch paper for number 7. So that's what that sounds like in a really positive, empowering way to get kids to kind of practice what I want them. Any questions about that as a show call?